What is going on, everyone out there in our Cats Chat world? I'm your host, Michael. I'm going solo on this episode today, so it's going to be a little short show, just kind of to the point on this. The reason that we are solo today, Mark, the uglier half of our podcast, he is still on his way back home from the 13th Region Baseball Tournament. Game was in Whitley County, possibly. I can't remember where he said, but somewhere out there. He was hoping he could be back by 9 o'clock, did not make it. So you got me. Appreciate you guys who are already jumping in here. If you get into the comments, because it's just one person, there is a chance that I may lose control of trying to bring on those comments. And whenever Jared gets on here, he will know that there's no way I can talk by myself and try to get these comments in and actually read it on a apprentice level. So, Johnny, thanks for getting the comments, man. As always, we appreciate it. And, of course, we know you're going to share all that stuff on the X, on Facebook, and all the whole 9 yards on that. But before we get going into some of the topics I want to talk about, thank you again to our sponsors. Scrolling across the bottom, Golden Flames Hot Wings in Lexington, Kentucky, on Roje Drive, right behind the movies at the Fayette Mall. We're thankful for that partnership. And, of course, as you can see on the top left of the corner of the screen, we are live with WTUK here, our local radio station, and we're so thankful for that partnership. All right. With that being said, said got to see some baseball, and hopefully it was good and moving on there. So here we go. As I mentioned, baseball. I don't have a baseball background. I should probably make one at some point. But of course, Kentucky Wildcats, and that's what our headline is. As far as our headline, is about Kentucky baseball now starting again for the region championship in the NCAA tournament. They will be heading to West Virginia and Morgantown, where they've actually faced or been in the same conference with them, or a region, whatever you want to say, because they do the 4 teams for the first split. This is, I think, the third year in a row that they've been matched up with West Virginia. I think once we hosted a couple years ago, and, of course, we were facing with them in a different location. But so West Virginia is the 16th seed overall in the NCAA tournament. So we are used to how they're coached, how they play in their schemes. Of course, they're also used with us, used seeing us, and so it's going to be tough to try to go into their in their home territory and try to get a W with that. I'm not for sure what the brackets look like yet as far as who plays where or when, but like I did say, West Virginia is the number 1 seed in that 4-team region that they have. And again, they're 16th overall. Kentucky did, though, this year have a lot of injuries to our starters. Really excited to see how it's going to be playing out with them. They got to have caught on fire here towards the end, and it's nice to see Kentucky back at it because, really, therefore, while Kentucky basketball was, at its low, as we've had some moments, football was also low as well, and baseball is what we had to live on. Just the atmosphere that they have brought has been fun. I know my family, we've enjoyed going to a couple of games, and our kids with the Little League actually got to go on the field before the game, talk with the head coach, go out for the national anthem. So it's a lot of fun, and shout out to them always. And, I don't know if we'll be able to get in any kind of discussion here because it's a one-person show, and this is kind of weird on that. I didn't prepare any notes. I thought me and Mark could just kind of feed off each other like we usually do. But I'm going to save a topic for next week. And the reason for that is I think it'll be a lot of some good discussions even for you guys when you jump in and possibly comment with us while Mark and I are talking. But I've been traveling to Middlesboro with my job here for a while and been trying to find podcasts just to listen to because I don't want to hear myself. And, of course, my family, we love Dude Perfect. They've got this podcast, Almost Athletes, and I've been listening to it the past couple of days. And they got on the topic of baseball. They give out some of the stats for the MLB and everything. And they got on a rant basically with the extra innings person on second base where you start out base runners on second base, and that way you kind of doesn't prolong the games. You don't waste pitchers and all this stuff. And they went into the debate or the conversation of what would be one rule that you would like to change in baseball. And I thought about that. And, of course, the ones that they said balk, basically. And then they implemented some rules where they're talking about kind of how the banana ball or the banana league has the, catch it if it's an out. Or, if a fan catches, it's automatic out. And they're just kind of talking about that. And I thought this might be something interesting that we could go into. Maybe come up with a rule we'd like to see changed or gotten rid of in baseball, basketball, and football. So we'll pocket that for now, and we'll come back to that next week. So I wanted to at least tell you all that. So maybe you all can be thinking about what you all would like to change possibly next week when we talk about this. So those are that topic of what I wanted to touch base with. And, of course, like I said, it's going to be short. I've actually got it queued in here to where we can actually show one of our older videos that's about a 20-minute clip just to have a blast from the past. I think you guys will enjoy it. But I also can't do a show here where we don't talk about the new situations going on with Kentucky basketball. Of course, last week we were wondering if Malachi was coming back. We kind of assumed he was. He had some different tryouts. We talked about second round, first round. What are the options? If he's projected first round, we would go for the guarantee of money. If it's second round, maybe back off because you can make just as much playing for Kentucky in a year and then improve your stock. So we now are a week later. We know that Malachi is coming back, and we're looking great as far as our roster now. Of course, we had a couple comments that even told us that we have some more open spots, open rosters, if you will. And so with that being said, it's great. And I got to share my screen so I say this correctly. But let's see here. Drew. Let's see here. Is that on the right one? Yes. So here's Mylan, some highlights from him. Of course, he's the player that played for Iowa State last year, been in the draft combine with Malachi as well. It's just a little clip there. But apparently he has been, I'm going to quote him here at least and say, on a Zoom call with Kentucky today. And that was posted today about 3 o'clock. But the thing on this is I have now heard that it's not just been one Zoom call. It's been multiple Zoom calls. So that's interesting to hear that he must be very interested in what's going on. One Zoom call was with Malachi, Cam Williams, and an assistant coach. Another one, I think, was just with Pope. Of course, some of the comments have been kind of comical, saying that the pitch that came from the players and the assistant coach, they locked Pope into a film room and just totally had him away from it so he couldn't blow another recruit. Having some fun with that, we get that, we understand. But really excited about this. If we were to get two of the big guys that we didn't know if we'd even have one, I think it's really going to solidify Kentucky's lineup next year. Great front court with what we already got as the back court. So it's really starting to look like we're coming together now. So, again, there's a chance we can get him. Obviously, Louisville is also in the run for him as well. But hopefully this time next week we'll have an answer on that because I think they had until midnight tonight to withdraw. So I'm assuming we'll know by next week for sure if he has or not. So, like I said, guys, this is going to be a quick one. I've never really done a show where I'm supposed to prepare the notes and talk to you about this. But I just want to come on here live and talk with you a little bit here. Mark, again, just for people that are still coming on, is out of town. He's on his way back home. He thought he would make it. He's calling for WTUK, the Harlan Independent Baseball game out. Maybe it was South Laurel where they're playing Whitley County. I can't remember. But anyways, this is the 13th region tournament they're playing. He thought he'd be back. He's on the road. He said he might be making it home about 10 o'clock. So that's why it's a short episode and going to be solo with this. But like I said, I don't want to take this time and just let it go with nothing because we do appreciate the loyalty of what you guys have joined in on this. So I wanted to go with a blast from the past with football season coming up. There's an interview with Trevin Wallace, who is in the NFL, that came onto our show while we were still in our first year. And so it's really cool to have him as a guest and just talk to him and really see how we've kind of changed in a year or two here. So I'm going to cue this up and bring us on, and then I will close this off when we get done with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is the starting inside linebacker for University of Kentucky Wildcats, Mr. Trevin Wallace. Welcome into the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And you said Trevin. It's Trevin.
Trevin. See, I said it wrong. My bad.
Coffee on that. You good, though?
You did. See, that's the one thing. I mess up names so much, it's not even funny. So Trevin Wallace. So my bad. I said it wrong.
You good.
I don't know. I'm sure you've heard that a couple times, though, right?
Man, I heard Trevin, Trevon, Trevor, and my name don't even look like Trevor. So I don't be knowing, like, how they be getting messed up.
So, okay. Well, that's we had Coach Merrill on the show, and I said Morrow the first time. He didn't really call me out, but he let me know later on by saying, Coach Merrill and doing this. I'm like, oh, he said his name for me. I like how he did that. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Wallace, thank you for joining the episode with us here. And congratulations on Week 1 SEC Player of the Week, by the way. How did that make you feel? Because, Kentucky getting a Defense Player of the Week, stand out, because a lot of people thought other players might be getting some of those awards, and you stepping right up into it and having 2 good weeks actually back to back.
So I can say I was very blessed to get that, the Week 1, because to my understanding, I didn't even know it. Like my mind forgot about they do SEC Player of the Week. So I didn't even know that. And then we were in a team meeting, and Stoops was because we give out Player of the Games for each game, and then he was and the SEC champion, SEC Defensive of the Week, and he just looked at me, and I was like, so he talking about me. So I feel good, getting that. I feel like that was a big accomplishment for me, because I don't think I got that. So I feel like that was real good for me.
Oh yeah, it's just the first of many to come too, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, that pressure you applied on EKU's quarterback, I went back and actually watched some of the highlights you posted on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You had a good game that game as well.
Yeah, people, people look at that game and say I had a good game, but me personally, I can say that I was not as good up to my standards I wanted to be, because I go back and watch film and I've seen stuff that I could have did better, or stuff that I messed up on. So to me, people I'm grateful that people said it was a good game, but to me though, that game was bad for me.
If you don't mind,
can you hold yourself accountable? I mean, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of talk more about that if you don't mind? And of course, there's probably some stuff of X's and O's that you can't get into, but from us couch potatoes of us, we here watch film, and even Stoops on, I think the show with Tom Leach, he was talking about the EKU game. It looked really bad, but back watching the film, there was bad, good, and it helped to go back and watch the film. But when you guys go back and watch it, how do you guys critique yourself? Do you all pound the negative parts or praise the positive parts? What goes into the mindset of watching the game film back?
So what goes into the mindset of watching the game? Although everybody wants self doing good, mm-hmm. but there's always that thing where okay, the stuff I did good, I'm gonna keep doing that. But what are the stuff that I messed up on, or what are the stuff that I can execute better? To get in the right position. As a group, that's what we look at. We look at film, and we don't even care about the good stuff no more. We want to look at the bad stuff, because that would make everybody good in football. Critiquing mm-hmm. the bad stuff instead of looking at the good stuff.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Now, I want to ask you this. I know you played a lot of different positions in high school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I you were a running back, and I remember seeing some of your highlights as a running back. You were like a human hit stick, and then you just turn on the jets. You had one game, I think it was 28 rushes for over 320 yards.
Oh, wow. Actually, it was 386.
386. I knew it was over 300.
Yeah.
I know it was a big game, because I was actually talking to somebody today, and I said, man, you need to go watch this guy's huddle. He said, it was unbelievable. He said, it looks like you would look at this and say, this is the number one player coming in as a running back. And here you are playing middle linebacker or inside linebacker. So what led you to move over to the defensive side?
So what led me to move over to the defensive side was coming out of high school, I was getting recruited big to play defense. Some schools taught me about playing running back, but I was me personally, if you want to get on the field or want to play, there's a better chance of getting the playing time as a freshman as a linebacker than running back. Yeah, because if you play running back, you got to learn the plays and all that. If you play inside linebacker, you can learn the plays, but you have other people around you that can help you out. Because if you see a running back and they go the wrong way, you're like, oh, he messed up. But if you have a young guy inside linebacker and he mess up, you got 10 other guys that come correct that, and you're like, oh, he's doing good.
Okay,
that's pretty cool. I even noticed, I feel like your speed where you played running back really helps you at that inside linebacker position, because you get to that quarterback quick when you do that, when you shoot the gap, man.
Yeah, some people look at me, even people on the team, when they look at me, I'm he ain't 240 running that fast. I'm like, hey dog, I try to tell, I'm trying to tell people I've been telling them I didn't know I was that fast. Bro, no, we look at you, think you slow, but they're when I see you run, they be dang. I was hey, I just got to just show y'all one time, y'all gonna just believe me when I say I'm fast.
People look at us and they know we're slow. So I mean,
and then they see us run, they're we're correct. So But do you ever miss on the offensive side any talks that, hey, Stoops, maybe next year let me play a little offensive side just in like if we're short running back?
So it's crazy. Like today, me and Ray, the running back, we talked. I said, "Hey man," I said, "You need to talk to the coach and let me come on and play running back, man." Because I missed it. I missed it a little bit. I missed it just a little bit. I just want to come, talk about it one time. I want to see if I still got it. See if it still does. So like, I be like just throwing hints a little bit, like, "Hey man, like let me run the ball a little bit." So sometimes
just asking, like, put me on that depth chart, right?
Right. Just put me back there so people can look like, oh, he back that running back.
So you think it may happen?
Like your first defensive touchdown actually came against Florida, wasn't it?
Yes.
The blocked field goal, and you ran that back, and I think people really saw how fast you were in that game. That was the game-changing touchdown in that game of Florida.
And what's crazy, that game, I was like 225, so I didn't weigh as much. So I feel like me personally, I feel like from that game to now, I'm faster and I weigh more. So like that's good.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. What do you think is your biggest highlight moment so far in your career? And it can be even high school.
I got two. So obviously high school, my last game, when I had the ball 28 times, I had 300-some yards. That was an achievement. That was the achievement. And then my second one was, getting 12 tackles my freshman year at Mississippi State. That was my first time ever recording double-digit tackles out of my whole football career. And that was like a blessing to me. Like, I didn't even know that. People was like, hey, you got 12 tackles? I was like, no, I don't. Like, why y'all telling me that? Like, even though my freshman year we had, like, came up short, I was like, bro, that's a big accomplishment because I never had double-digit tackles. Never in my life had double-digit tackles or never thought, like, oh, I'm going to get double tackles in the game. So that was my two biggest accomplishments right there.
And I think people that don't watch the sport don't understand how hard it is to get double-digit solo tackles in a football game.
Yeah.
Because they're going all over the field. So for you to actually get that chance, I mean, that means you've been ball hawking the entire game and you've just been on it.
Yeah. Because, some people don't understand, like some people look at getting 12 tackles like, oh, that's just like, that's just a game. But for people that get 12 tackles, like any football player that's watching this, they're like, hey, that's a big accomplishment because anybody that get double-digit tackles on the field, that's real hard. That's real hard.
Yep.
Do you think it's more being aggressive physically or more mentally?
I can say it do involve the D-line, a D-line a lot because they keep you clean. Like the D-line help you out with all of that because if you have clean football with no offensive lineman coming to you, then it's free range. You can just run around make plays.
Do you think
when you get in the backfield, you wreak some havoc? I know that for sure.
Oh, yeah. Do you think spending more time? I'm trying to figure out. Do you spend more time in the film room trying to study some of this stuff that maybe gives you that little bit more edge of telegraphing plays or seeing anything?
Yeah. So my brother or my homeboy De'Aaron Jackson, we close, so we go on there and watch film, cause he real smart. Don't get me wrong, I'm smart too, but he know the game good because he played linebacker his whole life. So he tell me hey, if so-and-so they finna pull. So he helped me a lot. So it been plenty of times where in games, he hey, just go shoot your shot because they finna do this and they do it. And I was like, hey, you can't that's somebody you need on your side that does stuff like that. So I'm grateful.
Never be the smartest person in the room. That's for sure.
So I'm grateful to have somebody like that beside me.
Awesome. I know we're over 10 minutes here. I know you're want to be respectful of your time here. You still got a couple more minutes, so to sit you with a few more questions.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, I teach high school and I try to talk to a lot of these high school kids. I noticed that you did track all 4 years, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that helped you with your conditioning for football?
Yeah, it help you a whole bunch doing track. Sometimes I go out there and run track and then I be feeling good because track for us was in the spring, so we came into spring ball. And when we did condition for football, you see all the football players that didn't run track, they was gassed. And I'm sitting there well, I ran track and ran probably did a 400, 200 or did stuff like that. And it's helped me where I'm at. And also with track, I advise like people that play football if they want to get faster to run track as well, because I can say like I was never this fast, like never as fast as I thought it was gonna be. I was slow as dirt like when I came up. So like I can say track really helped me out to become as twitchy and fast as I wanted to be for football.
That's awesome.
Well, listen, I know you've got time, but you need to be respectful. It's midday here, and you need to get back to campus to do studying, do what, I don't know, eat that probably college pizza that's everywhere. But before we let you go, let's hit you with some fast questions here. Answer them as fast as you can, and we'll let you go. We'll do just like 4 or 5 of this, and it might be 50. All right. Favorite food?
Favorite food, macaroni.
Macaroni. Okay,
nice.
That's all right. What I have to dig deeper when it comes to food. Is it just macaroni? Do you put like anything else with it?
So with macaroni, baked macaroni. So you put it in the oven and let it get brown. Let it get brown to the top. You good to go.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So baked macaroni. I'm with you on there because I'm Kraft macaroni and cheese. But my wife, she likes putting broccoli in it and doing some other things. Like, no, that's not macaroni and cheese.
I think I'll go with baked the way he did it.
That ain't macaroni. I ain't never heard broccoli and macaroni before.
Yeah, that's nasty. All right. So favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero. Shoot, you hit me with this guy Lee. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, good. All right. If football wasn't an option, what other sport would you play?
I'll be a pro fisherman.
Fisherman.
Oh,
hey,
man after our own heart right there.
There we go. Bass fishing or what?
Bass.
There we go. What kind? Smallmouth you like?
Yes.
All right. Well, if you go wade fishing,
largemouth bass.
Largemouth. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Life with some fish. I'm liking this guy so much.
Yeah.
All right. So
you gotta realize he grew up just down in Georgia. He came from a town just like we live in now, down where he's from. So he's used to doing the same kind of stuff we are.
All right. So I've got to ask some more questions about fishing now. Top water or are you plastic fishing?
Both. Like top water to me, I really don't got it down yet. But like but it's kind of hard to top water. Because I know people that do top water fishing.
Okay. Once you get used to that water, it's nice.
It is.
Yes, get you a whopper plopper is what it's called. All you do is just reel it in, and it's got like propellers that just makes the noise for you.
And you good to go.
Eat it up. Yeah, you don't even have to do any of the. I can't stand the popper. I've never caught a fish on a popper.
Can't ever do it right when you got to pop it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the patience where you're like, whoop, whoop. All right, now just let me real. That's why I'm ADHD. I need to do this. Okay. Let's see here. What's your craziest superstition?
Craziest superstition.
Or do you have a superstition before a game?
I can't. I really don't.
Don't? Okay, so there's nothing like food every time you play that you have to eat or tradition that you have to do?
Well, hold up. Take that back. Like when I get in, I listen to like slow R&B music.
Okay. Like what? Name
That's
one.
kind of like the opposite. So instead of listening to fast, pumped up, you like to slow it down.
Calm you down.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. See, I DJ on the side, so I know about that slow R&B.
Okay.
No.
So like the 90s R&B.
Okay. Are you talking like Boys to Men here?
You got Boys to Men, you got Jodeci, you got Silk, you got Cut Close, you got Key Sweat, you got SWV. I keep going on. You got 72. I keep going on. But,
he like, oh man. Like you're one of my favorites already.
You're coming one of our favorites right here. Like 90s, when I grew up, you were definitely a 90s. Mark, you're way older than me.
Hey now.
Just by 6 years, but anyways. All right. Well, I think that's.
I got one more hot seat question.
What's up?
After football, what do you want to do?
Be a real estate agent.
Real estate.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good.
See, I should have done that instead of teaching. I'd be all right now, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to get a bunch of those billboards and just everywhere with cowboy hat one, fishing, like trying to lure you into your next big home.
That's a good one though.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Michael.
Pretty good.
Maybe I could get into this.
Right.
Well, I believe we'll go ahead and call it. We're 16 minutes and we said 10. Sorry about that. That's
now you good. You good.
All right, man. Thank you again so much for joining on the show. Good luck to you.
A lot of fun. 3. Glad we got to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man. I enjoy being y'all guest, man. I enjoy being on here.
Good. Well, then come back sometime soon.
Yeah, I can.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Have you a good one.
You have a good one too.
God bless, buddy.